Shaan, this is David Fry, and I want to thank you because I got your card, and it was so awesome. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Shan. I'm assuming it's Sean, but if not, please forgive me. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you thank you very much for sending me this card. This really, um, I'm really grateful for you for thinking of me. And I know when you were having your cancer, that was much scarier than what I had. I thank God that I did not have cancer because that is a very difficult disease. My thing was just kind of like changing a circuit board. You know, I had a bad kidney. They changed it out, and I'm doing fine now, and I will be fine for a long time to come. But cancer, I mean, you got to be a very heroic person and a very strong person to get through that, which you are. So I thought, what could I do cool in this video that I could give you and you could get to know me a little bit. So I'm going to give you 10 pieces of advice. Okay, so if you were sitting here with me, I would share these things with you. Okay, so I'm going to go through these 10 things really quickly. Okay, the first one is to love your family, and more specifically to obey your parents. Your family is going to be here. They've been there with you, they're here today, and they'll always be there. Friends will come and go, and people will come and go in your life, but your family's going to be there forever. And so you got to treat them really good. If you got any brothers and sisters, you need to treat them, be their protector, and treat them with honor and respect and love. And specifically, obey your parents. They have been there and done it. Whether you know it or not, or whether you believe it or not, your parents have been there and done it. Whatever you're doing, your parents have been there and done it. They know what's good for you. Go ahead and obey your parents. Just say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and do what they ask you to do. And not only will you be much happier, they'll be much happier, and that will in turn make you a lot happier. Anyways, so that's my first piece of advice. My second is to be a good friend. So if you got friends, never talk behind their back, never talk bad about them. Always be good to them. If you say you're going to do something for them, go ahead and do it. Make sure that you're there for them. And just be a good, kind friend. And now with that, the advice number 3 is to be compassionate. So if there are people that you know that aren't very popular, that are kind of, sitting off in the corner, people pick on them, let it be you, the person, to stand up and defend them. Always be compassionate. There's always going to be people that have less than you. There's always going to be people that are in more difficult situations than you're in. Pour out your heart to them, have compassion for them, and have courage to stand up and defend them when they need to be defended. And I would say my piece of advice number 4 is to always encourage others, which is exactly what you're doing right now by sending me this card. You're sending me encouragement. I can think of very few things that are more powerful than for someone to encourage another person and to tell them that they're worth something, that they can do it even though they believe they can't, that you believe that they can be somebody great. So always encourage people. That is one of the most important and most valuable skills and characteristics you can have. When you see somebody, you find something about them that you can compliment them on and encourage them. All right, the next thing, number 5, is never stop learning. Now, your dad is a really good example of this. He's constantly learning new things. Every single day, he's learning new things. The profession that he works in, there's a lot of new things every day coming out, and he needs to keep up on them. So your schooling is just the very first part of your learning process. Learn to love books. Learn to love your classes at school. Learn to love new and different things and learn about them. Always be learning. Always be learning. Number 6, spend wisely. You're going to make money in your life, and if you're like your dad, you probably make a lot of money. Never spend more than what you take in. Always be conservative with your money. Don't flaunt it. Don't tell a lot of people that you're rich or things like that. People don't like to hear that. What they like to hear, well, I won't get there, but spend your money wisely. If you can only afford a small home, buy a small home for right now. If you can only afford a used car, buy a used car. Don't try and go out and buy things that you don't have the money for. All right? So always spend wisely. Even though I make a lot of money today, I still keep that rule that we never spend more than what we really can afford. And so we're very, very conservative with what we do. Now, also be active. Get out of your house. Don't sit in, behind the computer for hours on end. Don't play a bunch of video games. Get out of the house. Get on your bike. Join a sports team. Go walking and running. Go get out and do stuff. Get a hobby. Climbing cliffs or skateboarding or riding your bike or just whatever it is. Get out and do something physical. Always do that. At least once a day, get out and do something physical. It clears out your brain. It helps you to think better. Number 8, I would say, is go beyond your comfort zone. Listen, Shaan, there's going to be things in your life you're going to be scared to do. You're going to be frightened to do. And those are the very things that you probably should be doing. The reason is because to be a success, you need to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. And most people are held back by their fear. But if you're the one that overcomes their fear and goes out and does the things that the other people won't do, then you'll be the person that will be a success. So you're always going to have things that are going to scare you a little bit. Just push through it and do them anyways. The worst thing that can happen to you is you either get rejected or people say no or you don't make the team or whatever it is. Life does not end. Trust me, life does not end. I've had a lot of failures on things that I kind of push the envelope on, and you just move on and you learn. But there are some things that I pushed the envelope on that I was very successful with, and because of that today I'm semi-retired, and that's the beauty of it. Okay. Number 9, be obedient to your faith. Okay? I don't know what faith you are, but whatever that faith is, be obedient to it. Find a maid or a woman who is in that faith, who can bond with you and have the same thoughts and feelings that you do. And be spiritual and have that spirituality within you. So, I'm a Christian, and so I try to be faithful to that belief. If I was a Muslim, I would try and be faithful to that belief. If I was, a Jewish, I would try and be faithful to that belief. And what I have found is that when you're faithful to your belief, you live a much happier life, a much more peaceful life, and a much more joyous life. And the last thing, number 10, have fun and do crazy stuff. Have fun. Go out and have fun in your life. Do things that are a little bit crazy. That's what fun is. Enjoy every second of your life. And I'm just going to go back to number 1. Love your family. When you get married, love your wife, love your kids. Love your family, love your mom and dad. If you have brothers and sisters, love them like crazy. Because they are the ones that will bring you happiness and security to your life. And anyways, thank you so much for this card. I loved it. I loved it that you sent it to me. I hope that your cancer is gone and you're doing great. I think you are. And I pray that it will never come back again and that you'll have a very healthy, long life. And I'm so grateful that you had the courage to pass through this through this bout with cancer. It's a scary, scary thing. I know it is, and I can't even imagine what you went through. But you have my total respect, because anyone who can make it through that can make it through just about anything in life. So, John, thank you very, very much, man. And I hope that we get to meet someday. All right? So tell your dad I said hi and thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.